This week we're celebrating kindness as part of Leadership Knoxville's Lead with Kindness.
Well, we found one here in Knoxville today. A local construction company is teaming up with the nonprofit called Purple Heart Homes to help a veteran renovate her home after a former contractor damaged its foundation.
Yeah, so workers with Green River Construction spent the day removing old insulation in Diana Trevino's home, and they plan to do more throughout the week.
Trevino is an Air Force veteran dealing with PTSD and Graves' disease. She served her country for more than 25 years, and when Laura Corder at Green River Construction heard about her situation, she says the company wanted to do what it could to help her out.
I felt like she had been somewhat taken advantage of, and we are an economically disadvantaged woman-owned small business, and so we know how it is to be women and try to learn how to do construction and take care of homes. And we've gone through that process over the years of learning these things, and it's important that we help each other in the community.
Purple Heart Homes is a national nonprofit that connects with small businesses to help provide housing for disabled veterans.